So I'm listening to this song by The Translators, a band that was a part of a church that I used to be at. And it's a song that's called All Things Will Be Made Well. And it's actually based on a quote by Julian of Norwich. It's in her book Revelations of Divine Love. And it is just that. That's the quote. All things will be made well. All will be made well. And it reminded me of this song. Or rather, this song reminded me of a study that was done not that long ago by the University of Michigan that talks about how people in general are optimistic about their future. And it turns out, well, at least people from the US, from Germany, and from the Netherlands tend to increase in their sense of optimism all the way from age 16 all the way up to about 60 or 70, that time frame in which we seem to become more and more autonomous and gain our own control over our lives. He argues, and this is one of the things that he says maybe is why, there's a massive stretch of life during which you keep consistently looking forward to things and the future. Part of that has to do with experiencing success, both in work and life. You find a job, you meet your significant other, you achieve your goals, and so on. You become more autonomous, and you are somewhat in control of your future. So you tend to expect things to turn out well. And that's intriguing. Now, it's an interpretation of his study, but that suggests that the more control we think we have over our future, the more successful or the more optimistic we are about our future. Now, as Christians, we don't necessarily believe that we can make our futures better. In fact, we agree that there's often times in which we make our futures worse, and we make things bad for ourselves and for others. And so sometimes we kind of tend towards a fatalistic optimism, perhaps. Something like what John Lennon says, where he says, everything will be okay in the end, and if it's not okay, well then it's not the end, as if things just kind of work themselves out in some way in the future. But as Christians, we believe actually that there is someone that is engaged in our world, someone who we know and can trust and have a personal relationship with, someone who will make things good in the end. Which is why I love that quote from Julian of Norwich and the song by The Translators, that all things will be made well. Maybe not the way we want them to, maybe not the way that we hope things will work out in the future, maybe not even in our lifetime, but we can trust that all things will be made well. May that be something that encourages you today, gives you optimism about the future no matter what you face, and increases a sense of trust with our Father. And I hope that today you are blessed and that things will go well.